Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here today. Today we are working on the Aquarius Child Tarot reading. This is intended for parents, and it's for the month of April 2021. And let's see, what else do I need to tell you? Welcome to anyone who is new here. Please let other parents, family, friends know. Please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. I greatly appreciate you being here. And thank you so much for anyone else who is returning, who continues to support this new channel. It's slowly, very slowly, but surely growing. So the goal is to get subscribers to 1,000. And I think I currently have, at the time that I'm recording this, I think I only have like 160. I'm not sure. I got to go back there and look. But very much need to get to 1,000. So anything you can do, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, just a reminder that my readings are not gender specific. So if you hear me say he, she, they, but it doesn't resonate with you, just go ahead and change it to how it applies in your household, okay? And I recognize that there are many of you here for different age ranges. Some of you are here for itty bitties, others of you are here for teenagers, and others of you are here for everything in between. And that's just all right. Everyone is welcome. Okay, so let's get started here. This is for Aquarius. Dear parent. So let's see what your Aquarius is experiencing here during the month of April. The King of Swords and the Seven of Swords. Very interesting. So this is a couple of things because these two energies are a bit of opposites, if you will. And I'll explain because this can actually take a couple of different meanings, actually several meanings. So first we have here the King of Swords, right? And again, this is for the Aquarius child. So this is an energy, almost a very adult energy here, almost a very clear, knowledgeable, intelligent, cerebral, firm with their words. They know who they are. They stand firmly, right? And then we have the Seven of Swords, and the Seven of Swords can sometimes be sneaky energy, a little bit of lying potentially, or observing sneaky behavior and lying and whatnot. And these two paired together can mean a couple of things. The first meaning that I'm getting for one group of you, this can be the energy of a little Aquarius child growing up so quickly and being very aware and very intelligent to the point that they almost know how to manipulate the truth here quite a bit, right? And they have the ability to really navigate life knowing what to say and how to say it to get whatever result they'd like to get, right? Which is a little bit of a genius, if you ask me. I think that's kind of brilliant that they can even figure that out. However, obviously, you as a parent are going to want to figure out whether or not if this is leaning towards the healthy realm or leaning towards the not so beneficial realm. So that's for one group of you. One group of you is experiencing that. The other energy here could be that you have a little one who is very integrous, is very much about standing in his or her integrity, knowing the truth, wanting to abide by the law, wanting to do right for herself and others or by others, right? And there's this element that they're observing of unfairness or things not being done, well, or maybe even behind the backs of the parents, like maybe a kiddo or a sibling is doing something that's not so nice, and little Aquarius decides that she or he is going to take it upon himself to let the adults know that this behavior is happening. So very much of an adult energy here of, oh, this isn't right. I got to tell mom and dad about it, or I have to tell mom about it, or I have to tell my teacher about this behavior that's happening that's not sitting well. It's also about their them speaking their own truth here too, being very blunt with you, dear parent, as well as their teacher about how they really feel about something. This is also the kind of energy that your child is very aware of what you are doing as a parent. So just a little heads up, so if you're maybe not fully in your integrity parent, be aware that your little one is observing and paying attention and knows the difference between right and wrong and is kind of keeping their eye and tabs on you and watching your every move right now at this current time. So again, this is, I just gave you 3 different ways that this can unfold, and I'm curious actually like what it is for you. So please feel free to comment if you feel open to that. Okay, so that's what they're experiencing in April. Let's see what the potential conflict or challenge is this month. The lovers, okay, we have a double whammy here. This is an annunciation here, okay? This is an emphasis here. We have 2 different decks, both shuffled, and we got the same card from 2 different decks in the same position, and this is the lovers. So, couple of things happening here, because remember, this is the challenge position, and not only is it the challenge position, we're looking at it from the perspective of a child, not from an adult, right? So in general, first of all, the lovers can be associated with the sign of Libra, so that might be something for you. That's number one. And number two, in general, not from the child's perspective, but in general, the lovers is usually an indication of a partnership coming together, something solid, something good, something complementary. However, it fell in the challenge position. And we're looking at it from the child perspective. So this could be a situation. There are a couple of things here, and I'll give you both scenarios. This could be one, a situation where the child is observing some discord between his or her parents, something that's not lining up. There's some kind of duality here, duplicitousness, if you will. Is that a word? Duplicitousness. I don't think that's a word, but anyway, it's duplicitous behavior that perhaps your child is observing here, because remember, it fell in the challenge and the conflict position. It can also just be, discord, conflict between the parents or between 2 adults. This can also be grandparents. It's a couple, basically, right? This could be same sex, it could be opposite sex, doesn't matter. It's just a couple, like the authority figures in the child's life, okay? Whomever the parents are, whomever the grandparents are, all of that. So this could be, again, you got it twice, so it's a huge alarm here going off for you, parent, to pay attention to. Huge alarm, and also confirmation from 2 different decks that this is something to look out for as a challenge. So if you and your significant other, if you and your spouse, or you and the child's other parent are having some discord, this is causing a bit of an imbalance and conflict and challenge for your child. Your child is observing it and seeing that there's a complication here. Maybe this situation here with not being very honest and lying for the ones that this applies, maybe it's that the child is observing a parent being dishonest with the other parent. Please keep in mind, I'm not judging here. I'm just delivering the message. So just know that there's no judgment here, no criticism on my behalf at all. Okay, I'm just delivering the message. So anyhow, so that's one way that this can play out. The other way that this can play out, for those of you who have a little bit of an older child, like maybe teenager that's already starting to date, or that's getting familiar with attraction and all of a sudden is feeling attracted to someone because they're in that age range, right? This could cause a little bit of a conflict and a challenge for them. It can be a challenge because it's new and they don't know how to navigate this. And this is something that potentially you as a parent need to be aware of. Like, how do you help your child through this, right? Or what are the boundaries? Do they know what the boundaries are? Have you had these discussions? So those are two very different scenarios, but that's where what these would indicate in terms of a child's perspective in this position here. Now, let's open this up a little bit more and go to the last position, which will tell us what your child needs most from you, the parent, during this time. Now, I want to emphasize it's what your child needs, not necessarily what they want from you. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Queen of Pentacles. So there's some conflict going on here. So your child needs you to ground and bring some balance, stability, and security to some conflict that's happening in the environment. So, this can be internal conflict, internal turmoil, like coming from you, the parent, some kind of competition here, also. Um, a little bit of arguing potentially, maybe a little bit of aggression there because that's the wands and it's a lot of energy. So potentially there's some kind of conflict, arguing, competition going on between the adults in the family atmosphere. And your child, what is needed here, the Queen of Pentacles is about rooting things. It's about bringing stability and security to a situation. So, what your child is needing most during this month is for the parents to bring ground whatever this is, whatever this conflict is that's happening here potentially, to ground it. Find a way to ground it. Not just ground it, but bringing security. You see how this little guy is like almost like needing reassurance from this bigger monster here? There's a need to reassure the little ones that all is well, that sometimes adults have conflict, but it doesn't mean that the stability and the security of the home are coming apart. There's a need here to reinforce that or reassure kiddo here that everything's okay. Okay. It's also about really expressing and reminding your little ones about their self worth and their own abilities and talents and resources to deal with if it's an issue that maybe this is not an issue that's happening between the parents, but maybe this conflict is an issue again that they are observing within their classmates. And the bottom line here is about reminding your little one how powerful and grounded and how valuable inherently they really are, and that they have the resources to self stabilize, right? It's a very interesting energy here. There's some stuff definitely going on here um, during the month of April. Okay, let's pull the last card here. And this card is about, it's sort of like a little nudge from universe in terms of what would be a good idea in terms of a family unit doing together during the month of April. Or like an activity that could be most beneficial for you and your family during this time of April. All right, let's see what you got. Dream. Super sweet. Yeah, so this is about dreaming up together, right? As a family. Let me see. Let me read the actual. This is a new one. I haven't pulled this one before. So let's see what the actual definition is here. So the affirmation is, I remember and listen to my dreams. If you have had the dream card arrive in your reading today, you are being asked by your higher self to pay attention to your dreams. If you find it hard to remember your dreams, set the intention before you go to sleep that you will remember them in the morning. Now is the time to tap into your intuition and practice your psychic muscles. Okay, so this could be as simple as, because remember, we're asking it as a family um, activity, right? So it can be as simple as having, some kind of ritual that you do as a family where you ask your kiddos and your spouse, or whomever you live with, like, what did you dream about? what have you been dreaming about lately? What kind of dreams would you prefer to have? Just something like lighthearted. And it could be very interesting to find out what your kiddos are dreaming about. Like maybe they don't really talk about it, but there's some stuff here, right, that you can do together. And also, if we take it a step further, it can also be about talking about our idealistic dreams too. Like, what are our visions and dreams? What do we want to manifest? That kind of thing, more of a visionary conversation together as a family unit to bring it together. Okay, everyone, I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much again for stopping by. Bye.